Welcome to Maison Miracle. This is the home tour of our 1,959 square foot penthouse at Cavendish Park. The moment you walk in, you'll notice that this entire place has been opened up. If you saw our empty house tour, there used to be a huge wall that used to separate an L-shaped kitchen. So what we have done is to break down that wall and instead open this up into a beautiful dry kitchen with this movable island. And behind me, we also have a dry kitchen sink as well as a display for some of our alcohol. Honestly, I don't drink much. It's really my husband who loves his G&T. So the moment you enter, you'll notice that you're greeted by this beautiful dry kitchen island. This is a marble stone top with jade onyx. And in front, you'll see these beautiful fluted panels that are from Chroma Living. And this entire carpentry of course, our entire house was done by martel wood. So this dry kitchen counter is very functional because there's also storage on this side, which you'll see as well. And then behind, we have a sink. So we can literally prepare food, especially if we're just doing like cheese boards for our friends and entertain. And when people bring food to contribute, we put it here first before we eventually go over to the dining table. So other than our sink, we also have space for a freezer and a water dispenser. This water dispenser is so awesome because there are 4 different volumes from 120 all the way to 1 liters and 5 different temperatures. So this particular machine, I feel, has been one of the lifesavers of our house because we not only have, baby milk to prepare, but also we have coffee in the morning that we're doing. And when our guests over, they can also just have tea. And most of the time, I don't like super cold water. So room temperature comes out instantly and straight away. And hot water, you just have to wait for a few seconds. So thanks to Pure Han for this beautiful water dispenser. I also wanted to share with you a little bit about the detailing that we've done on this beautiful display area. Now, this is really just display because we hardly drink alcohol. Some of it was given to us. There's this nice detailing here that our ID firm Uncommon Studio actually specified with this nice detailing. And this rose gold laminate, which you'll see as well in other parts of our house, is from Admira. So we really, really love their laminates. And if you look at the laminates here on all the wood, it's this nice laminate called Olmo, which we had only chosen because we went to their gallery and they had this really beautiful concept called the library. And you get to pull out all the different laminates, see it from different distances, and that's where we decided and fell in love with this particular wood laminate because it's so smooth. We have a powder room. Now this was already part of the house when we bought it. But what we did was that we decided to build carpentry over here to conceal this. So most people think it's just storage, but really, it's our powder room. This marble tiles were already done by our previous owner and we just changed the fixtures. We put in a beautiful mirror, and this beautiful marble sink is from Polystone. All the marble that you see in this house is from Polystone. This is a work of art. It's coming with us when we move. But I want you to know that this was really, really a blessing from Polystone because they only had 3 pieces and one was, in a sense, taken by us. So thank you, Polystone, for this beautiful marble sink. So on this side, we actually have these beautiful gold panels, fluted panels from Chroma Living, and it just kind of completes the entire set of our powder room to make it feel a little bit luxe, but also still a very nice warm touch. So we love the texture on the fluted panels done by Chroma Living. Highly recommend them if you're looking for it. We also, if you notice, had a little blind in this particular window that's from Everyday Curtains. They did all our curtains and you see the rest of the curtains in the rest of the house. So after this hidden powder room, which is great, I want to show you our beautiful kitchen storage in this dry kitchen that we have. So we have all these coffee and tea things and the cups. So it's really convenient because we locate it right next to the water dispenser and the coffee machine. So we really love the amount of storage we can get. These are all bloom drawers as well. By the way, there is this beautiful lighting going all around this kitchen island, as you can see. So in the evenings, when we don't want to switch on so many lights, we just want some light to pass through and light the way, we have this beautiful lighting that's part of this entire integrated dry kitchen marble counter. So coming from this way, the kitchen is right behind me, and we'll talk about that. That is a really beautiful fluted glass door by Eaton's. But you'll see that this nice dry kitchen counter also has a waterfall design. That is where the marble top goes from here and it falls down all the way. Again, this is jade onyx from Polystone. We really love their marble. And over here, we have a really huge landscape living and dining layout. Now, some of you might recognize this sofa from all our videos. This is from Castlery. It's the Marlowe Boucle sofa. And it is so nice because we can have at least 10 people just sitting here, no problem. Yes, and the kids love to do all sorts of things on the sofa, jump around, lie down, and it's just so relaxing. We also have other pieces from Castlery, which I'll show you, including our dining table chairs. Let's go. So over here, we have a marble dining table that was custom made by Polystone together with marble wood that is matching our dry kitchen counter. We also have 8 beautiful dining chairs from Castlery and a matching fabric with the sofa set. And behind, we decided to do this beautiful feature wall accent, which is actually like a marble frame. This is thick wood onyx, and the nature of onyx is that it is slightly translucent, so you can see that light is coming through from the back. And this was something that was just like a wish list on Polystone, and we just wanted to make it happen for them so that this would be a really nice showcase piece on how beautiful onyx can look when it's lit from the back. Again, we have some really beautiful shelving here as well, where we can display things that we like, family photos. For now, we just have decorative objects and a clock. But this is really beautiful because whenever we just need to have like a dining console just to put, either candles or like books, we can. And over here on the back, you can see the rose gold laminate coming out again from Admira. And this is where we can put plates and cups. So if we need to, organize a dining table, this is all just within reach. Now I'm going to bring you over to my piano area over here. And if you actually saw this entire space the moment you walk in, the first thing that you see from the door might be this piano area. It took a while for us to find this beautiful white piano, but I decided that I wanted a white piano just so that we could have it a little bit more neutral. I didn't want like a black panel sticking out. And here we have some really nice books. Mark collects design books. And I just took out some of the more pretty ones. This is also his photography. And this is a little play gym area for Aaron and maybe his baby sister. So they can just climb up on here, and when kids come over, they just like hanging out over here on this area. I mean, this is still a work in progress, but we love that there is that possibility of space. Also, not to forget that we have this Castlery side table. I love this because it slides open. We also have a sideboard that's on the other side, opposite the dry kitchen, which I'll show you in a minute. So follow me towards this way, because this is where we're going towards the rooms. And I want to show you that beautiful sideboard from Castlery. So this beautiful sideboard from Castlery is matching with that side table. Again, it slides open. It's so cool. I just love it. And it's a great place for us to display, again, Mark's photography. And here's some nice knickknacks that we've collected over the years, including a typewriter from Europe. And if you notice, this is an arch. We like our arches. There was one arch in the front where the dry kitchen was, another arch here, and one more arch in our master bedroom, which you'll see very shortly. So coming into the living room, you'll notice that all my lights are off at the moment, but what I'm holding in my hands are kinetic switches. Kinetic switches means that they don't need to be battery operated, but they work because of kinetic energy. So for me to just switch on these lights, I can be anywhere in the house and basically switch all of my lights on. So I'm going to be just switching them on just to illustrate to you. These lights are from Velux, this system, and they're so convenient. They can also be connected to the smart home of Google Home or like an Apple Home. And we also had Smart Home Solutions, which was another consultant that came together with Velux to really put everything together to make sure that our house is 100% smart. So I can tell Google to switch off all these lights and it would do that. Hey Google, switch off all the dining room lights, please. There you go. So we have the same thing for the living room as well. And we also have this beautiful feature designed by Uncommon Studio, which is an L-shaped LED that is running across this to divide the living area and the dining area. Now, when Uncommon Studio, Ethan was telling me he wanted this L-shaped thing, I was like, what does this mean? Because it required a lot of work. We had to integrate this part into the carpentry, so martel wood was involved. We had to cut a hole in the partition, so the partition guys were involved. And then Velux was the provider for the hardware. And then my electrician, Mahesh, was also involved to install the light. There were like 4 parties working on this L-shaped thing, and I was like, what is going on? But after it's been installed, it is one of my favorite lights in the house. If I don't need any other light, I just switch on and off this L-shaped light. And it's also dimmable, so I can make it as bright. Now it's very, very bright, or it can go very, very dim. So it's one of the most useful lights in our house right now. And I am so grateful for Ethan from Uncommon Studio for pushing through and insisting that we have this L-shaped light. And also to Velux and my electrician for making it happen, because this is so beautiful. A lot of people wonder as well where I've been getting my lights, because besides the lights that were installed by Velux, which are all these from these kinetic switches, there are the down lights, the cold lights, the LED lights. We also have some feature hanging lights. And to be honest with you, I'm a huge Taobao person. So all these pendant lights that you see in the living and dining, and also the cloud light, are from Taobao. So I'll put the link down below if you want, so you can go find them as well. So we really just love the kind of like minimalist feel, but it also has that kind of like whimsicality with that cloud. So besides our lights, the air conditioning and the fans are also connected by our smart home system to our Google Home voice activation. So I can tell Google, hey Google, turn off dining room aircon. And it's switching off as we speak. I also want to share with you a bit more about the windows as well as the drapery that we have in our house, because we actually have 2 panels of glass. And when we first came, the glass and these sliding doors were really old school. They were, number 1, very ugly, and number 2, they were rusty and not working very well. And so we were looking for a solution to actually maximize the feel and the height of this place, because one of the beautiful things is that we have 4.5 meter high ceilings in this whole space. And the last thing that you want is for an ugly louvered window to break that sense of height. And so, number 1, we have these beautiful drapes from Everyday Curtains. So we have day curtains and also kind of like normal so-called like night curtains that are automated, by the way. They open and close by themselves. And because this has some west exposure, we do get a bit of afternoon sun because north is that way. But this is because we have an L shape, and so we do have a bit of west sun. So it is important for us to have some curtains to cut out that light. So these Clairoflex glass sliding doors are a really beautiful system, because I can just open the whole entire thing up and make this whole space completely open. So I can do that, and I can continue doing it. And once I had all the glass panels on this side, this entire thing just opens up into the balcony, which is really, really cool. So if we wanted that kind of flow for like a party, people can seamlessly walk in and out, because normally the sliding doors have fixed panels on the sides, but this Clairoflex system, you can move everything out of the way and have my entire like balcony window door open for you. So we have the same thing on the other side as well, but I'll just show you this side. It is wind and waterproof because you can lock the whole thing, so there will not be any gaps between the glass panels at all. It is completely windproof and weatherproof. Trust me, because we've been staying here for a few months now. So in this corner here, this particular area gets a little bit of west sun as well. So it is important for us to be able to close it off, but we didn't want curtains again. So Everyday Curtains was very, very kind. They suggested that we have these Roman blinds. So the nice thing about blinds is that we can raise it up to let in as much light as we need, but we can also bring it down and lower the amount of light that's being let through, or close it off completely so we have a very clean feel in this corner. So I like the sense of continuity with the curtains, but it's a different design and has a very, very nice feel. So one of the most beautiful things that you'll notice apart from this marble feature wall is our beautiful wood laminate that we've chosen called Olmo. It's from Admira Laminates, and they have a beautiful showroom called The Library. You should go check it out. And that's where we fell in love with this very smooth like Japanese wood pattern. We were almost going to go for something else when you see like the A4 laminate sample, but when we went to the library, we saw this huge full size, or like this is so smooth, it's gonna look so soothing. And behind here we have all these storage cabinets, carpentry done by Martelwood, where we can put all our books so everything stays dust free. And we have these huge heights of up to 3.4 meters for our storage, so that's a ton of storage for our books and things. So we really love the sense of peace and calm that this laminate is giving us. And we love the combination of what it's doing together with the thick wood onyx, the rose gold laminate, and of course our lights. So thanks everybody for contributing to our house. We're really like kind of fortunate that we had the materials that we wanted, because this was a last minute choice. We didn't even think we were going to do this, but we really feels like it integrates so well with the rest of the design. Welcome to our kitchen. If you notice, this is a lovely ribbed glass door that was installed by Eaton's. They specialize in all sorts of glass as well as aluminum doors. So a Clairoflex on the balcony and the living and dining areas were done by them, and this was also a very beautiful piece done by them. So coming in, you'll notice we actually retained the upper white cabinets. We actually only changed these into these lovely rose gold handles, which I found on Taobao. And of course, my husband's great idea was to use these rose gold laminates to make a very striking kitchen. The marble that you see on the countertops are actually meant to be accenting this smeg, which is black. So you can see that it's got really dark grey undertones as well. So the entire feel of the kitchen is still quite striking, while leaving and kind of saving money by keeping these cabinets intact. We also did not change this hood. And on the other side of the kitchen, you'll actually have a door that leads out to the yard, as well as a helper's room and a helper's toilet. So altogether we have 5 toilets because we have 3 ensuite bathrooms, a powder room, and a helper's toilet. Is that crazy or what? So one thing we wanted was to have a stove that had 5 burners, and there are not many of such built-in kind of hobs that are on the market. And so when we saw this on someone else's feed, which is a 5-burner smeg that comes together with an oven below it, which is huge, we just thought this would be perfect for our family because we actually do a lot of entertaining, and having like a really wide oven means that we could put like roast chicken and a roast fish and like potatoes at the same time. And also this smeg is removable, so when we go to the next house, this will be following us. So unfortunately, this is not. But in any case, it has been so useful for us because of all the entertaining that we love to do in this home. So I'm glad that we found this solution. Let's head over to the rooms right now. So this is going to be the first ensuite bedroom that we have. It is currently set up as the boys' room. Now when you enter, you'll notice that we do have a set of cupboards here, but this is not where their clothes are. This is actually for them to store their toys. And if you come in here, you'll notice that there is a very wide and enough generous area. The idea was eventually we might have to put 2 single beds side by side. So this room actually is wide enough to do that. We have a toy cabinet here, and as well as a bunk bed for Leon. He currently sleeps up here. We got this actually secondhand on Carousel. It was still in the thousands, but it's a really sturdy wood that we like, and Leon really loves this like house design. Another thing to note is that we have these beautiful fans from Acon Fans in all the bedrooms. And these fans are so efficient and aesthetic. I highly recommend Acon Fans if you're looking for fans for your next house. Now, as we enter the rooms, you'll also notice that we do have some accent paint work that's been done. And all our paint for the house was done by Gush. So thanks and shout out to Gush, because their paint is not only just like normal paint, but it's also anti-mold. And in our case, it's also washable paint. So it's very helpful when you have kids and you want to like draw on the walls accidentally. It's very easy to wash off all the stains from their washable paint. And they also have air purifying paint that we have as in other parts of the house that actually helps to purify the air itself. So if you come around, we're going to be able to see that this room has its own toilet, which means that Leon doesn't have to share a toilet with his sister anymore. And what we've done here is to actually install the wardrobes in the toilet to make use of this big toilet space. We also have our sink and our tap over here from Wriggle, as well as this beautiful shower set that's also from Wriggle. You can see that there are these marble tiles that was done by the previous owner, so we didn't really want to redo it. But Polystone found a matching marble countertop for this area, which is so nice. And I love that we have drawers installed here, so this is all where we keep, all the barang for the kids. And then you can see these are wardrobes as well for the boys. So just enough for the boys. I mean, they may need more when they grow up, but for now, we think this is the really nice toilet for them. So let's go head over to see Inella's room, the girls' room. Welcome to the girls' room, and then once you walk in, you'll notice that the color of this room this very, very nice beige that has been selected by our oldest daughter herself. This is by Gush Paint. You'll also notice this really, really tall curtains that was done by Everyday Curtains. You know, I didn't ask them to do it like all the way up to 3.4 meters, but they did, and it makes the room feel so huge, doesn't it? So thanks so much to Everyday Curtains for just thinking about this solution and making it so nice and tall. Again, we have a beautiful Acorn fan, same as the boys' room. Coming on this other side of the room, you'll notice that we actually have this very nice laminate that was stuck over. It was actually these glass panels that were actually this very ugly green. And so to make this room feel very warm and consistent, we reached out to DNOC SG, and they had this very beautiful 3M DNOC architectural finishes that really make this room super warm and nice. So you can see the room is big enough if you wanted to fit a queen size bed, but now we have a single bed because she also has a study room in that corner. But actually even a king size might fit because this is actually quite a large room. She also has her own toilet, so let's go check it out. So welcome to the girls' toilet. She has all this beautiful counter space all to herself. This is marble by Polystone. And we also have another set of wriggle sink and mixer over here, as well as the same kind of shower head that we found in the boys' room. So thanks so much to Wriggle for that. We have a wider design for the sink on this side than the boys' room. That one was a bit more compact and oval. This is a wider one. And we also have micro cement on the floors of this bathroom to actually overlay what was originally these very ugly white tiles. And my daughter has these amazing cabinets as well for cabinetry to put all her stuff, and a very, very nice mirror. So I think she has one of the nicest toilets as well in this house. Welcome to our master bedroom. We have a king size bed over here, which is a storage bed. And one of the most beautiful features of this room is that we have this feature panel, which is done by Chroma Living. We love this wall panel because it gives that whole room a sense of warmth. And also this wallpaper from Wall Hub that kind of looks a little bit like pink marble terrazzo, which adds that bit of texture to the room. So it has a bit of that luxe feel, but not opulent luxe because we're not that kind of people. We really still like the room to feel very warm. And also you see that on the other side, we have a lot of storage. So taking advantage of our high ceilings, we have storage all the way up to our 3.4 meter ceilings. And we have wardrobes here and also wardrobes inside our bathroom. So one more nice thing to note is that all the lights again are done by Velux, and we have this beautiful LED cove light that can technically change colors. So the cove light here with this fluted panels, wallpaper by Wall Hub. I mean, this room for us has been really cozy and just feels like a sanctuary for us. We also have an Acorn ceiling fan that is in this little nice bronzy color to go all together with our rose gold hardware. As you can see, this rose gold hardware is very similar to the one that's on our kitchen island. One other really cool thing about all the downlights in our rooms are these nice dimmable to sunset downlights that are from Velux. So now at this temperature, it's like a normal warm white, but if we wanted to, we can actually dim it down and it actually changes to this 2700K really nice sunset feel. So you get even more warm and even more glowy in this room. I know you can't see my face, but that's the point. So Velux had a really nice recommendation for these lights, and if you're looking for something that makes your room feel super nice and cozy, but also gives you the brightness at 100%, go ask Velux for these dimmable to sunset lights. So we have this arch door that took me a long time to source. It was quoted as quite expensive because I wanted an arch, but we found a supplier that actually has an already done arch frame. So all we wanted was to have this as French door so that it could just open up. And we leave this actually open for most of the time. We also have a window on that side and a window over there, so we can actually get cross ventilation for this room, which is really important. You notice that our bathroom coming in is really nice and warm. We have the rose gold laminates that we saw in the kitchen all over our wardrobes here. So we have wardrobes in our drawers. It's kind of like a walk-in. We have double vanity over here. These rose gold fixtures were sourced on Taobao, including the mirrors and this little shaving mirror, even all the railings. So all the fittings that you see here, all the rose gold things are from Taobao. We also decided to, in the original design, there was a bathtub that was here, but we decided we still like the bathtub, but we have combined it with the shower area. So this is a freestanding bathtub, again, sourced from Taobao. And this is a very nice wall-hung water closet from Wriggle. So this wall-hung system makes the entire toilet look very, very clean. So one of the favorite things I have, of course, is that this bathroom is so large that my husband can do his shaving at the same time while I am like washing my face. And in the evenings, we can actually have a chat while we're kind of like just trying to wind down for the day. So this is a lot of storage space. Usually it's full of like beauty products and things like that. One more thing to note is that this countertop is also jade onyx. So this jade onyx is the same matching one from the outside dining table. It really makes this bathroom feel a lot more luxe. We also have this kind of like down as a longer profile, and we have drawers over here, not cabinets, which also have plugs and storage. So we can plug like shavers in. For me on the other side, I actually plug my hairdryer and my hair straightener. So this has been a really functional bathroom. And one of my favorite features, which I wish I installed on the rest of the bathrooms, was a concealed kind of rubbish bin, because it's really ugly to have rubbish bins. And so we actually have a rubbish bin here. And we also have a laundry drawer that we put like our dirty clothes like in this laundry drawer. So we don't have a need for a laundry basket or a dustbin because they're actually all concealed in this very beautiful piece over here. One of the things we also wanted to implement that was recommended by our ID Uncommon Studio was the use of micro cement. So there's micro cement on the floors, the walls, and it goes all the way up to the ceiling as well with the curved partition. So this whole bathroom feels very, very warm and very, very homey. We also, apart from these rose gold laminates, we have other laminates that we use from Admira that have this nice kind of like echo to the cement. It has this texture, this like kind of stony texture. So altogether, we've just put together a very warm kind of feel for the bathroom with a few nice rose gold touches along the way. Yes, we also sourced the wall sconces from Taobao as well. So I'll put the link to all my Taobao things so that you can also consider getting them if you find them beautiful or useful in your next home. So we are almost done with the home tour. We just have one other little room as a bonus for you. It is our little study room. Let's go check it out. So this is our little study room. It did not used to be here. The study used to be outside where the piano area is. But the previous owner somehow felt that this would be a better use of space, and I actually agree. So it is big enough to put a nice study table as well as shelving. We actually haven't completely done out the space yet, but we wanted to show you how it looks and that this particular room is very useful as a work from home area. There's also storage up above that will be above the walkway, and we actually installed a semi-soundproof door. This is from Eaton's as well, so this is their great work. So I meant to be able to do my recordings and things from here, so when we all get this set up, it will be a lot nicer. So what's really nice about this balcony is that officially it is about 168 square feet with this kind of brown decking over here and on the other side. But because we are on the top floor, we have all this bonus roof space that is technically not part of the Strata GFA. So if you look at this amazing space, we've been able to put an entire dining table that would sit like 8 people to have dining over here. And we have both the views of the sunset behind us, as well as we get morning sun from the other side diagonally. So diagonal morning sun and a diagonal sunset makes this area really beautiful for evening chill outs or just hanging out with your friends in the evening. So we celebrated Mooncake Festival, for example, and everybody got to see the moon. Thank you so much to everybody for watching our home tour of our 1,959 square foot penthouse at Cavendish Park. We are so grateful for all the people who have come in to partner with us to be a part of this amazing project. And so we want to thank each and every one of them. And also, if you have any questions about this home, we'd love to share more about you. You can drop me a message, or else you can find us on our social media pages at Sarah X Miracle. See you guys!